Good morning. My name is Arthur Rafferty and I run two groups in Belfast. I have run both groups for the past 15 years with no help at all from any government agencies. My first group is called the ASNI, that is Asbestos Support Northern Ireland, a charity run to help people who are affected by an asbestos related disease due to working with a commodity called asbestos, from which there is no known cure and is a terminal sickness. I know all about asbestos as I am terminally ill, suffering from asbestosis, and have been for the past 15 years. It took me over 9 years to be diagnosed with asbestosis, but to do that I had to travel to Liverpool to see a specialist who knew something about asbestosis. I attended 4 hospitals here in Northern Ireland: the Mater Hospital, the City Hospital, the Royal Victoria Hospital and the Antrim Area Hospital in Antrim, seeing in total 6 so-called asbestos specialists, and not one of those doctors would or could diagnose me with asbestosis, as they knew nothing about the sickness. So much for calling themselves asbestos specialists. After fighting the Belfast Trust for a further 2 years, they were forced to send me to an asbestos specialist in Liverpool, a doctor who knew something about asbestosis, as he treated doctors in Liverpool who worked with asbestos for many years. After seeing this doctor, I was diagnosed with asbestosis straight away. You have to ask yourself, what were those 6 doctors in Belfast doing by doing all those tests and still could not diagnose me with asbestosis? The tests that they done were the exact same as the tests I received in Liverpool, and these 6 doctors are still working in the 4 hospitals here in Northern Ireland, seeing people who have worked with asbestosis and still telling them lies about their sickness. I call these people the walking dead because they have not been told the truth. I have reported those doctors to the medical authorities in Manchester, but nothing was ever done, as the Old Boys Club closed ranks to save them. I then took my case to court in Belfast, and I brought my doctor from Liverpool over as a witness to my case. I attended court with my doctor on the morning of the case, but the Belfast Trust and their 6 corrupt, disgraced doctors never showed up in court, as they decided to settle out of court. Those 6 doctors could not stand to face me in court, as I was looking forward to meeting them. I thanked my doctor and drove him back to the airport to catch his plane back home to Liverpool. That is when I started the group ASNI, to help sick people who are suffering from asbestosis to get the proper help, as I know for sure that those corrupt doctors here in Belfast will not help them. And my doctor in Liverpool has agreed to work with my group, the ASNI, for any patients my group will send over to Liverpool to see him. At least they will be in safe hands, and I have already sent many patients over to see him. Now, anyone needing help about asbestosis can call me on my mobile 077 1592 1137. My email is arthurrafferty1@gmail.com. Now, my other group is called the Arthur Rafferty Foundation. I started that group in honour of my late father, who was brutally murdered in 1974 by Sinn Féin ARA, who colluded with that paramilitary group calling themselves the RUCPSNI, a so-called police force, and their police informer Freddie Scappaticci, also a member of Sinn Féin ARA. Now, my group, the Arthur Rafferty Foundation, is a victims group to help the victims who were murdered and hurt in the Troubles. My group is an independent group and is not affiliated to any paramilitary groups or any Republican groups. My 2 groups are registered. I have been operating for over 15 years without any help from those corrupt scum at Stormont. From 1974, when my father was murdered, right up until 2005, that corrupt RUCPSNI done nothing to solve my father's murder. His case was called a cold case and his files were put on a shelf just to gather dust. I then took the case on myself and swore that I would solve my father's murder, and I went out looking for those scum who committed the crime. Now, after many years of searching and speaking to all classes of people, including some policemen, I met a high-ranking area man. He got in contact with me about my father's, he read my stories and wanted a meeting with me. That man lifted the lid on my father's case and told me exactly what happened to my father step by step. He gave me the names of those who murdered my father. He told me about the kangaroo court that sentenced my father to death. He told me the names of 2 dockers who would go to the hole-in-the-wall bar to take my father out, to walk him to his death. Both men worked with my father at the Belfast docks. Both these 2 scum are dead. In Newington Street, where my father was shot, the person who shot my father 5 times in the back and legs was Freddie Scapatici, a police informer, also an agent for MI5 and MI6, and the FRU, that is the Forces Research Unit of the British Army. This high-ranking area man told me that the RUC and PSNI and the Special Branch have known who murdered my father all along and covered it up to protect their informer. This high-ranking area man, after me meeting him 2 times, solved my whole case completely. My father's case was solved, and I done it by myself. And I took great pleasure at a meeting with the Ombudsman and that corrupt, discredited RUC-PSNI, telling them who murdered my father. It was their Sinn Féin area scum informer Freddie Scapatici, who was working for the RUC-PSNI all along and killed many people on their command. So this police force knew from 1974 right up until 2016 who murdered my father and hid all the vital evidence just to keep their Sinn Féin area Scapatici safe. And the corrupt police are still hiding their informer, Scapatici, and have done nothing to close my father's case off. How could anyone call that RUC-PSNI a police force? They are the lowest of the low, and it goes right to the very top. Now to finish, my group, the Arthur Loffley Foundation, can speak out as I get no funding from any of those corrupt government agencies in Stormont. I have been refused time and time again because I stand up and tell the truth. While Foster and the DUP and the corrupt RUC-PSNI can give the UDA £1.7 million funding, £300,000 to Orange Order bonds for new drums, millions of pounds for Templemore Avenue Bath for renovations. There's not too many Catholics will be swimming in that place. Loyalists and Republican groups get funding day and daily. £22 million spent on that RUC-PSNI sitting for 3 years at Ardoyne, stuffing their faces with their orange brethren. Now, what other country would allow their police force to sit back for 3 years instead of doing their job and accompanying one band past shops in Ardoyne, taking all of 6 minutes, but costing us, the taxpayers, £22 million. As a police force, they are a bloody disgrace. Also funding for UDA in Lower Shankill by that corrupt Belfast City Council, of course supported by the DUP and Foster and that corrupt RUC-PSNI. Also money stolen from the public purse by MLAs and also MPs at Stormont, and that same police have not arrested anyone. Now, anyone needing help from the Arthur Loffley Foundation can call me on my mobile 07715 921137. My email is arthurloffley1@gmail.com. Proving, as I said before, This is the most corrupt country in the world, run by bigots and terrorists. Now, anyone who would like a tip of this story or any one of my stories can call me on my mobile 07715921137. Leave your name and address and I will send you a tip free. Thank you. Anyone who has a story to tell and wishes me to air it can call me on my mobile 07715921137, or I can send a reporter out to get your story. And remember, I will tell your story as you tell me. Nothing will be cut out. And watch more of my stories on YouTube, arthurrofferty.com, YouTube Arthur Rofferty, Arthur Rofferty Docker, YouTube Jackspot 2012. That is a tip about the brutal murder of my father by a 5-man gang of Sinn Féin led by Freddie Scappaticci. All were police informers. On the orders of the British government, the RUC, PSNI and the Special Branch. Now that Sinn Féin scum Scappaticci carried out their orders on their command. My email is arthurrofferty1@gmail.com. Thank you for watching ASNI TV and good morning, and I will see you soon.